put your name on an assignment that doesn't belong to you. You'll
Hmm.
only put your name on the assignment that God has given you.
That's
And
true.
he didn't tell you to put your name on my stuff. So I
Mm.
wouldn't expect you to have your name on my book because he didn't assign it to you. So
Right.
if he didn't assign it to you, what you gonna put your name on it for? Like,
Right. Right.
and
Right.
that was crazy because I had a situation when I was a little girl. I was in second grade, and I ended up getting a whooping for this. And it was crazy because I would go home every day and I would do my homework because back then you had to do your homework, had to change out of your school clothes before you could go
Mhm.
outside and play
Mhm.
and everything.
Mhm.
So I'm sitting at the table doing my
Mhm.
homework and everything. And so I'm doing my homework and I'm taking it to school the next day, turning it in to the teacher. And for some reason, for 2 weeks, the teacher is saying that I'm not turning in my homework. And so
Mm.
I ended up getting a whooping for it. And so another week goes by, the teacher ends up catching a student who had been going in when I would put my homework in the homework little tray, and then I would go to the cafeteria in the mornings to eat breakfast because I rode the bus. And so we would get there early,
Mhm.
and he was a car rider, so he would get there shortly after we did. And so he would go in, erase my name and put his name on it. And so the teacher happened to catch him. So I ended up getting a whooping for that. And so my aunt, she was like, the teacher called. She was like, I'm so sorry. She apologized to me because I had told her I'm doing my homework. Like,
Mhm.
you caused me to get in trouble and I got a whooping. And she was like, well, I'm sorry. I said, well, you can't take that whooping back.
Can't take that
Like,
back.
I mean, like, I appreciate the apology, but you can't take that back. Like,
Mhm.
so she called, and when I got home, my aunt, she apologized to me. I said, but you can't take it back. I said, I told you the truth. I
Mhm.
said, but somebody else was putting their name on my assignment and God righted the wrong, and that's how I
Mhm.
know that anytime somebody wants to tell a falsehood on you, all you have to do is stand in your truth because
Yeah.
God is always going to reveal. So anytime you think that you got to defend yourself against a lie, shut up and be
Right.
still and
Yeah.
let God fight that battle because God always knows what that truth is.
Mhm.
And people get, well, I didn't do it. I didn't. Okay, that's fine. You ain't got to do all of that because your
Mhm.
truth is your truth and it never
That's
changes
real.
and it'll never waver. So if you ain't got to worry about that and you know that you didn't do something, you didn't say something or anything like that, then stand on it. Because God is
Mhm.
going to stand 10 toes down behind you because
Yeah.
he knows that. And if you know whose you are okay. You ain't got to worry about none of that extra stuff.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
I'm excited for this event, May the 16th
You
at
also have to come to my event September the 12th. It's called Becoming Her Summit. You have to come to
oh,
that.
okay, okay.
That's September the 12th. You got to come to that. I know, but you got to come to that. And you also have to speak, but it's going to be like a panel. We're going to be sitting down. You ain't going to have to do all that standing up in front of people. It's going to be a panel, but I
Well,
think you'll be good for that. So yes, I'm announcing that now here in front of everybody. So.
so I've been voluntold to